Alright, I ran out of space on that card, so I had to switch cards out real fast. But, one of the other things that we did that was helpful is we had park maps that we looked at before we went, and that helped in knowing what rides we wanted to do. So when we got to a park, it can be, especially if you've never been there before, it can be really overwhelming because there's so much to do and so many places to eat and so many places to shop, and you're just like, where do I start, you know, and how do I make sure I get in the things I want to get in with the time that I have. So we looked at it beforehand, and I wish we had actually done a little bit better job of this, picking out restaurants that sounded good, because when, especially for me, I get a little irritable when I get hungry, but and I just kind of like crash. I run out of energy and I need food. So we did have snacks along, but I wished that we had looked at restaurants and said, okay, this is where we're going to have lunch, and you know, and kind of at this time, and adds a little structure to it, so you're not like going on adrenaline, like, okay, we gotta go to this ride, and we gotta go to this ride, and you know, and then you're just like, I'm gonna take a nap right here on my feet, you know. So it does help to figure out which rides you want to go on first. For instance, we went to Hollywood Studios, and one of the mistakes we made was that we thought the magic hours were that night, which meant that if you're a resort guest, instead of the park closing at 9 for you, it would close at 1 in the morning. So we had the extra time that we were counting on. The lines would be short, there'd be less people, we'd be able to get on. And so that was the night that we left and went to Sanaa for dinner, and we came back and we went on Tower of Terror, and we got off and we wanted to go again, and we went up and the line was closed, and the line to Rock and Roller Coaster was closed, and we asked somebody and they said, yeah, we're closing at 9 tonight, the magic hours were yesterday. So that's something else you want to look at, so you don't end up kind of disappointed. And we weren't really disappointed because we had done so much already that day, but the way we did things, and I do recommend that you do this, is that you kind of, a lot of people want to pack as much in. I know when I went with my family, we'd pack as much in as we could, you know, just fill that day up and do as much as you can, because it goes by so fast, and that worked for us. With Nate and I, it was more of a kind of relaxing vacation, or as relaxing as it can be at Disney. So we would sleep in, and we'd get like a brunch, and then we'd head over to the park, and we'd do a few things that we wanted to. If we were getting hungry, we'd get a snack, or we'd get lunch. And then, as in the case of the Hollywood Studios night, we went to Sanaa for our anniversary dinner, and then went back to the park. And that worked out really well, because you have all the daylight hours, and then you can go back, and it's like it re-immerses you in the atmosphere, and I think all the parks are more magical at night, with the twinkling lights and the effects and the music and everything that they do. I don't know, I like it at night. We also looked at the weather, extended weather forecast that we checked, and we just wanted to make sure of kind of what to pack, and that was actually pretty accurate. The only thing I would recommend that you bring, if you're doing any of the boat rides to Magic Kingdom or the ferry from the parking lot, if you're not staying on site, is that you bring an extra layer just for the boat ride, because it gets a little windy even on a hot day. It can get a little windy, and especially if it's overcast, it can get quite chilly. Another fun thing we do is we visit all the resorts while we're there to just kind of build up the anticipation. And if you're staying near Magic Kingdom, you have Bay Lake and the Seven Seas Lagoon, and there's the Contemporary Resort, there's the Wilderness Lodge, Polynesian, the Campground, the Grand Floridian. I think that's it. But all those you can get to on boat or monorail, I think. They also offer unlimited refill mugs for $15, and it's good for the whole time you're there, and we've done that every trip. And it's really good because it keeps you hydrated, and they also offer like an assortment of hot and cold drinks that you can just fill up at your leisure, and it's a really good deal, and it keeps you hydrated, so I recommend that. And I know also last time when we had a few days we weren't feeling well, and we went and asked if they had ginger ale at Coronado, and they also did that for us, even though it wasn't included in the beverage machine. So, let's see, we have eaten at quite a few places. Some of our favorite places to eat are Boma, which is a big buffet in the Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's pricey, but you get to try a lot of African food, and it's right next to their little savannah, so you can see out the windows, and at night especially, it's really atmospheric. They also have Sanaa, which is where we ate this trip, and it's also right on the savannah. You can see all the animals, and the food was really filling, and it was really good there too. Also, they have the Mara, which I went to with my family when we were there during spring break, and it's their quick service, and it's actually down by the pool, kind of in the basement, and it's got really cool lighting, and it's their more affordable option, but also is really good. They have this African stew, which is fantastic. The campground has the buffeteria, which is amazing. Their breakfasts are phenomenal. It's all you can eat, and they've got like egg dishes and Mickey waffles and donuts and pastries and fruit and all kinds of stuff. They also have a dinner one, which is like fried chicken, and I haven't had that one in a while, but that one is also good. They also have the Trails End part, which is pizza, and they've got like a chicken meal, both of which are really good for like a quick meal. You can eat it on the beach there, or when I went with my family, we would get the pizza the first night when we were tired from traveling, and we'd eat it on the rocking chairs on the porch, and that was always a good memory. So Pepper Market at Coronado is now a buffet, but we did like that. The Contempo Cafe and the Contemporary Resort is good, and they're open like till 11 or midnight. So for a snack or a turkey sandwich, the Roaring Forks in Wilderness Lodge is the quick service. It's down by the pool in the basement. They have really good breakfast sandwiches and Mickey waffles that you can eat by the pool, and it's really scenic with all the waterfall and the geyser and everything. And then they're open late too. You can get like chili and different stuff. What else? Pop Century has an amazing brownie sundae. If you go visit there, you can get like 3 different scoops of ice cream on it, and they kind of build it for you however you want. Art of Animation we tried last time, and it's a really good experience there. Lots of color and lots of variety. They had quite a bit of variety there. In the Parks Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think it was called Flame Tree Barbecue or something, that we ate there on our Christmas trip, and it was really good. I don't even remember what we got, but I remember we were both like, wow. In Magic Kingdom, we go to the Pinocchio house, I think it's called, and we go there almost every trip for lunch. There's also a restaurant, and I forget the name of it, by Splash, like right by Splash Mountain, and they have a really good like taco salad that you can like stack up with tons of stuff, and I get that almost every trip as well. Epcot, Norway and Mexico both have really good restaurants, and in Hollywood Studios there's a little snack thing by Toy Story, and they have really good snacks, and I know this last time we got a slushie there, and it was Coke, and we wanted to do Coke and mix the cherry, and they said they would do that for us, and she like swirled it all around, and that hit the spot because it was so hot out, and it was just amazing. And in Downtown Disney, we really like the chicken pollo place that they have now. We tried that this last trip, and we were really impressed. It's located where the old McDonald's used to be, and it's really good. Also, Earl of Sandwich has really good sandwiches, and the Rainforest Cafe, and yes, I like all of those. They're favorites, so I hardly get anywhere else. A few not favorites that I don't really appreciate in the Hollywood Studios, the Backlot Express, and it might just be because I've been there so many times, but it's, yeah, I don't know. T-Rex in Downtown Disney, there's a lot of hype behind it. It might be nice for little kids, but if you're like wanting a romantic dinner or something, it's really loud, it's really hard to hear, there's not really any music, but I could see where kids might like it. In the Grand Floridian, there's a quick service, and I think it's called Gasperia's or something, and that, it's just not one of my favorite quick service places. I didn't really like what they had to offer there. And then the Boardwalk area. I don't really like the whole area. I just think it's kind of stuck up, and it's not comfortable for me. I don't find it fun. And also the Swan and Dolphin, which is over there. It's too businessy. It's not really magical. It's not Disney-like for me. So those are not favorites. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the time of year, because I have gone during spring break quite a few times with my family, and then now I can say I've gone in the early fall and then also at Christmas time. And in spring break, there are large crowds. It's usually pretty hot. Some days are warmer, some days are cooler, and you might get rain. I know one year we went, I think it was the last year, and it monsooned like the whole time, like every single day. I think we were there 5 days or a week, and it poured every day. I don't know how it could rain so much. And we were camping, so that was when Nate and I were engaged, and he ended up sleeping in the car a few nights. So, and we did wait 3 to 4 hours for rides. That was, you want to get in there quick, and you want to get the fast passes for spring break. In early fall, this is one of the most relaxed trips to Disney I've ever taken. We didn't wait more than 20 minutes for any ride. The crowds were really low, but it was hot. It was hot, which is nice for Florida and on vacation. So, but just be prepared if you're going in the fall for, drink a lot of water and just bring shorts and tank tops because it's hot. And if it rains, it's usually like a 20-minute rain, and then it's done. So, and then at Christmas time, it was in the 60s or 70s. We ended up wearing jeans and fleeces most of the time. We got hot chocolate almost every single day. It wasn't cold, but it wasn't like Florida weather. And the crowds were crazy. It was like shoulder to shoulder. I remember going to Animal Kingdom, and it was not the best experience because there were so many people, and it was just frustrating. And for their New Year's show too, it was like you couldn't move. But it is Christmas time, and they do charge a little more for almost everything. They raise their prices a few dollars, but the decorations are gorgeous, the shows are beautiful, and they just blow you away. So that's my experience, and I hope that you are able to benefit from some of this. So anyway, I would like to hear if you guys have had what your experiences have been with Disney, and what times you've gone, and things that you were glad that you did or brought, or things that you wished you would have done differently, or just any experiences. I would love to hear from you. So I hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.